Appreciate you. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Mills from Millcity Boxing, home of that high level pro boxing media, the Fighters Channel, the Trainers Channel, and we got here Coach Panda coming off a spectacular win with William Zepeda over Giovanni Cabrera. So, talk to me. How was the performance? What you thought about the performance?
A horrible first round, like we knew it was going to be. Man, probably the most awkward fighter that I've ever faced since the amateur days. Facing guys from Uzbekistan and that type of, that they make it awkward. Um, but yeah, very, very, very awkward style. But I think after the second round, William was able to dominate, was able to stick to or change up the game plan a little bit, and was able to get that knockout win.
So, what kind of a statement and what kind of a win do you think this is for you and your team in Zepeda?
I mean, it all depends what type of boxing fan they are. You got boxing fans that are gonna tell you, Giovanni, or he don't know how to fight or whatever. And then you got guys who say, man, that's a pretty big statement. He's never been knocked out. He's faced seven undefeated fighters. He's and his only loss is to Pitbull Cruz. So it all depends what type of fans are looking at it. In my personal experience, man, I'm blessed, and I think we did a good job. And like I said, he's faced other undefeated fighters, maybe prospects, whatever you want to call them, but he was able to get the job done. And this time, on the other hand, we were able to get the job done.
Right, right. So, I mean, obviously, as a coach, normally you guys have an opponent that will set something up for probably your next opponent. Maybe if it's a southpaw, you looking for another southpaw. Those things in that nature. Um, as far as a coach is concerned, what would you have to say that you think that Cepeda has improved in his game? What you have seen?
Well, he was patient. He was able to be patient. Now that we had a different fighter that we've never had in front of us before, we've had fighters that come forward but compact, whatever, or fighters who try to outbox but just have a nice jab, have different things. This was just a fighter that made us be patient, that made us think before. If you notice, William didn't throw as much as punches as he normally throws because he was more patient. He was more cautious, knowing that Giovanni's upper, comes from the bottom of his knee to up to the chest or whatever. So I think William learned in this fight to be patient, and the patience helped him win by knockout.
Mm. Yeah, Zav Judah went to the show. He said that he likes Cepeda. He said
Yeah,
he's
no, man.
relentless.
I was glad to see him. He was one of my favorite fighters. Sab's one of my favorite fighters. When I was walking to the ring, I seen him and I was, "What's up, Sab?" And after that, he looked at me and went like that. Those are man are legends in the sport, and to be able to have them, give you the thumbs up, man, that's a blessing.
What do you see in William Cepeda's future?
Man, if he just continues to stay humble, if he continues to stay working, if he continues to stay dedicated, there's a lot of future for him, man. I think he's probably one of Mexico's big next superstars. Just his style of fighting, just the Salvador Sanchez type style, the look-alike, the things, but he has to maintain humble. He has to maintain himself in a position where he's doing as now, with even 31 fights, man. He just listens. He's a guy that now he's on vacation in Chicago, and I seen him running this morning. Certain things, and I have to get on him, but like my dad says, you can't take the instinct away from him because that's what's got him here so far. So just a bright future for him.
What's the fight that you want to see him up there?
I just want to see him in a world title fight, man. I just think he deserves it. I think if anyone deserves um, an opportunity, man, it's William Zepeda. Whichever fight, I think the fight that's probably going to happen is the WBO. Just being realistic, about it. That's probably the fight that's going to happen. According to what his promoter and co-promoters are talking about. It's that they see the fight with Gervonta and Lomachenko playing out. Shakur not being with Top Rank anymore, not knowing if they're able to pay that much money, or whatever he's asking for, and that's a fight that I think that's probably the most realistic fight now.
Okay. and Barichek holds that WBO.
Yeah, so Baranchik is a fight that I think it's more. I don't know who he signed with. I don't know if he's with who. I don't know who he signed with.
He's probably with Top Rank,
I don't know if he signed with Top Rank or they signed him for that fight.
or just
You
that
know,
fight,
after that,
possibly. Yep.
after that fight, but I thought he was. I don't know. Somebody I heard maybe Demetrius Salita or something like that. So I know Demetrius Salita is someone that's easy to work with. He's someone that we worked with in the past with Subriel Matias, with Ergachev. So he's just easier. He's easier to work with. So I'm letting William enjoy his vacation. His son's gonna be born next month in Chicago. So we'll get on that as soon as he gets back.
Well, a name obviously that's circling around is obviously Shakur Stevenson. He just had a performance. Um, what do you think about his performance with Artem?
People, man, just I don't know. To me, Shakur Stevenson, I've always said it, and I'll say it on here. He's probably one of the most brightest boxers of this day, man, of this day and era. He's not a fighter that gets hit. But then again, I mean, we have to ask: have there been an opponent in front of him that has been really willing to come to fight like Oscar Valdez? Maybe. But Shakur is just smart, man. He's just a smart fighter. Not everyone has to like his style. Not everyone has. He doesn't. It's not crowd pleasing. So people, get on him and things like that. But at the end of the day, boxing is about winning, man. It's about winning, and he doesn't care to put on a show for people. He cares about winning. He cares about him. He wants to retire like Andre Ward, with all his senses. He wants to retire that way, and I respect him, and I'm always going to respect Shakur Stevenson because he's done a lot in the sport, man.
What do you think about people saying that as far as entertainment is concerned, as far as he is a high level fighter, and the guy that he was in front of, he was just classes ahead of him. Why wasn't he able to stop him? Was because he was scared? Do you think he was scared of the not throwing combinations?
Not scared. I mean, just people just don't have the power. Sometimes people just don't have power to stop people, man. I have a fighter who is an incredible fighter, probably one of the best fighters that ever gave Bam Rodriguez his toughest win. Israel Gonzalez. We were there all night. We fought Bam like nobody else. He wasn't able to do things. But Israel just doesn't have that pop. He just doesn't have that thing where a fighter's going to respect him. And Shakur maybe just doesn't have that at 135. You know what I'm saying? Um, maybe he just doesn't. But like I said, at the end of the day, he's there to win. He's there to put on a show, and not everybody. I mean, at this level, like I said, at this level, people don't like that. And you have to respect everybody's opinion, and you have to respect Shakur's style of fighting. Either that, or don't go to his shows and don't watch him.
Right. So what do you think about everybody wanting him to fight William Zepeda? And you know, what do you think about him resigning? Actually going to the zone. To get that fight.
Then I mean, then it's something they can work out. Then, right? I don't know if he's going there. You know, first time I hear something like that, I don't know who he's going with, but I mean, then who's he going with to the zone? I don't with Matchroom maybe.
Of course, yeah. I mean, Eddie said that he will be at the Boots fight to have a conversation with him, um, and obviously, Shakur Stevens is exploring his options with one fight deals.
Then there you go. Then it's probably a fight that can probably happen since Oscar and Matchroom have done work before, and they can both come to an economic understanding.
Now, you know, you guys were so how does that fight? What type of fight is that? A Shakur Stevenson and William Cepeda fight?
Shakur's my boy, man. But I have to tell you, I'm here to win. I know Wally's here to win. I know Shakur's here to win. It's gonna be, I mean, just the guy with a high ass IQ level in a fight, and another guy trying to come and beat his ass. You know what I'm saying? So whoever's strategy plans out or plays out better will be the winner that night.
You think
I can
Will?
guarantee. I'm gonna guarantee you one thing. They can say it all the time. He has never ever in his life faced somebody like William Zepeda. But I'm going to tell you one thing. We have never ever in our life have faced a Shakur Stevenson.
Right. It going the distance. Who does that favor?
It's going to favor, of course, it's going to favor Shakur Stevenson. You know what I'm saying? If that goes the distance, but I know Williams' job is to try not to let it go the distance. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Um, as far as that being a big fight, you know what I mean, for Shakur and for you guys, would you guys believe that that's a big fight? Is it a possible pay-per-view fight? What type of fight do you think that is?
I mean, well, let's be honest. That's what I sat down with Golden Boy the other day, and I told him, "So what? Shakur next?" And this was his words. He says, this was Golden Boy's words, and they said, no, because who's gonna sell is named William Zepeda. So we need to know, we need to have the I don't whatever they say, that they believe the seller is William Zepeda. That's gonna sell the show. So I mean, that's just their philosophy. That's the way they think, and like at the end of the day, we're signed under them, and we have to, you know. All I said was, man, all I ask you for is just a world title.
Right. Where do you think that fight would be held?
I mean, we would like Vegas, Texas, California. I would like it. I'm at the end of the day. If it's if it's the Ukrainian, he's the world champion. If it's with Shakur, he's the world champion. You know, if it's with Loma, he's the world champion. So we have to see what their promoters say.
Right. Um, as far as you guys were
Oh, Tank too, because people are gonna say, "Oh no, he didn't mention Tank's name. He didn't mention Tank. If it's Tank, we have to fight where Tank says. We know that Tank is the draw attention. He's the one. He's the monster at that weight division. So but I don't want people. He mentioned everybody's name except Tank, so I got to be uh, uh, aware of what I
clear,
say, man.
clear. Yep, 100%. So, that being said, there's rumors circulating that Tank will be fighting Lomachenko next. You
That's
guys
what I
were
heard.
entitled.
It's more of a huge possibility that Tank fights Lomachenko.
Huge, huge. Yeah, exactly. Everyone's talking about it, from Bob Arum to Eddie Hearn, everyone, right? So, I mean, how does that feel, knowing that like you guys are that close to getting that Lomachenko fight? Because I know last time we talked, you guys were the mandatory.
We're the mandatory for every single one of the governing bodies. So, I'm believing in all of them. We've done our job. We're here. So somebody needs to call us.
Right.
William said it in his last fight. I've done my homework. Now it's time for Oscar De La Hoya to do his homework.
Mm, that's heavy. That's heavy. So, what do you think about that fight? What do you think about Tank and Lomachenko?
Lomachenko beats the shit out of him for 9 rounds and then just gets caught with something ugly and goes to bed.
Mm, wow.
Tank,
It's gonna be
Tank is a monster, boy. Tank, telling you. People think, oh, he's losing rounds, he's losing rounds, he's losing rounds. I'm telling you, he's gaining rounds.
right. Right. 100%. Now, anything you wanted to share to the people while you are already here?
Hey, you want to ask me? That's what you want to ask me. Go ahead. I'm
I mean, I
here.
don't. I want you to be able to.
Hey, you got a subtitle. You got a subtitle say why Panda why. So what's the why?
Who?
It said on here why Panda why when that was the subtitle on here.
Yeah, that's somebody Boston
Oh,
Prophet.
okay. I didn't know. I thought it was you on there asking you. But what they're probably asking if I send a what do you call it, communication paper out about me and Subriel. Yeah, me and Subriel, where as of right now, we're not working together. Nothing wrong. It's nothing bad. Me and Subriel are the greatest of friends, and I promise you that. It's just something that me and him both spoke about. At the moment, I don't know if I'm willing to leave my camp, to leave my gym, to be in Puerto Rico, to train out there. But we're probably the best of friends, man. And you're never gonna see me and him on here. disrespect each other. And I want this word out of it, of this whole interview. If something can be caught, I want the word gratitude to be there. Because I'm grateful to Subriel Matias. I'm grateful that for 3 years he's put food in my table. He's come to Mexico, man. He's blessed my camp. He's blessed fighters. He's blessed other people around me. So I'm grateful, man. Another thing, what he did, to give my pops the opportunity, to be there with him and come out. That's something that I will never forget. Me and Subrel, we made good money together. He became a world champion under my tutelage. You know, um, we're great friends, and I know that when my chest popped out, my head up held high, I can go to Puerto Rico today, tomorrow, any day, and we can sit down and we can have dinner and we can talk and we can be friends because at the end of the day, we became family. There's a lot of trainers out there, but at 4 o'clock they go home. At 4:30, me and Subriel walk home. You know what I'm saying? We walk home and we're there and Sunday through Sunday. So a lot of people. I mean, I hear a lot of people, but people ain't used to this. Those people are used to having a fighter and a trainer break up and the trainer on here throwing shit on Facebook and at 5 days ago or a week ago before, oh, he's the greatest fighter in the world. Oh no, we're monsters. And then they're not longer together. Oh man, if he's not with me, he's not gonna win nothing. That's not me. That's not Subrel, man. We come from a great bloodline. You know what I'm saying? We grew up, in the hood, his hood, my hood. But that's what we're about, man. And you're never gonna hear nothing bad out of my mouth from that man, man. He made it. He's part of this legacy, man. He's part of who Panda is. He's my first world champion. That's something I'm grateful, man. That's something that I'll always be grateful for. Anytime you say Panda's name, you're gonna have to say Subriel Matias' name. Or anytime you say, "Oh, when he won that world title, and over there, and he beat Jeremias Ponce, he was a Panda." Or anytime you put it on YouTube, you're gonna see Panda on that fight. So it's something that that we that we've become good friends, man. He made an interview today, this morning, and he put, man, if Panda's willing to come to Puerto Rico, that's my trainer. That's something I don't know if I'm willing to do. That's something that I would love to do because he's a fighter that I love. He's a fighter that I respect. But that I have to look back and say, man, okay, hold on, is this what Panda really wants to do? Does Panda want to leave everything he's worked for? This and yeah, I have a team here, whatever. But that's something I got to pray about. That's something I have to sit with my family and talk about and stuff. But I don't want people, because people on here, man, they just unsophisticated. They want to see people fighting and all, and I'm never gonna answer a bad comment. People, before Subriel's fight, what day did Subriel fight, Mills? You
What
remember
day?
you were in Puerto Rico? Yeah, what day? You were in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, yeah. Wasn't it March 20? I forget what was the date.
Okay, so the day before that, me and you were at the gym. Remember,
Yep.
cutting weight before. I mean, 2 days before that, the weigh-in,
Yeah. I remember
37
our
p.m.
conversation. I remember our conversation.
7:37 Panda was the best trainer in the entire world. And Subriel was the monster. He was the boogeyman. We lose the fight. Panda's horrible, man. He's no good. We always knew Subriel, he was not the boogeyman, but it is what it is, man. And like I said, I'm blessed to be here. I'm blessed to have your island behind me, man. And he's blessed to have my country behind him, and I'm always grateful to him, Mills. But as of right now, yeah, we're not working together. It was a mutual agreement. He called me like a man should call somebody and said, "Hey, this is what do you think?" And I said, "Subriel, I want you to enjoy your family. Out of anything, I don't. All I care is about that you enjoy your family. You got to remember, man. He's been here 10 months, 5 months, 6 months. He has a 2-year-old daughter. When did he ever get to see her? So I can't be greedy and oh man, just because I want a paycheck. No, I want him to give himself an opportunity. Time will tell, but I want him to give himself an opportunity to say, I made the right decision.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome that you was able to have that conversation and to be able to split, at the beautiful way. You know what I mean? The right way. So yeah, it was just basically the split was just upon not necessarily wanting to move to Puerto Rico or to take training camps in Puerto Rico for Super Matias?
He wanted to be next to his family. Is what he's 32 years old, and he tells me, he tells me, jefe, that's his word to me, jefe. Yo no sé cuántos años yo me queden. I don't know how many years I have left. I'm 32 years old, but I don't want to be without my children. I never thought I was gonna have this love, And like I said in an interview before you, I said, man, I held his daughter, man, and and it's like that's beautiful. Can you imagine? I'm just a coach. Can you imagine him? And I was something that I will always be grateful because a man to give you his family, that you don't do that, and for me to be able to be with his family, sit down and eat with his daughters and his kids, that's just something that I will always remember and I will always cherish, man.
Mm. So you even for like training camps, Panda, just you flying out for training camps, that's something that you just didn't
That's
want to do?
about as a team. Remember, behind Subriel, you have Pedro Cruz, you have Juan Ivan Orengo. So that's something they have to also want. You know what I'm saying? I just rejected a huge offer. I mean, something crazy that people would be like, "What in the world?" But because I couldn't be completely full time with that fighter, because at the end of the day, it was before Subriel split. I was thinking of everybody else, that I've had here. Me and William have a relationship of over 10 years working together, so it's something I have to think about. But that's something that I thought about, and maybe, my high pedigree fighters, they all have American visa. So maybe if we can do something, I'm not close to the option. I'm just something I have to think about and pray about as well.
Mm, yeah. Now, as far as that is concerned, I mean, I'm glad that you guys separated in great ways. By the way, but tell me, as far as his future is concerned, I mean, what do you see?
World champion. Remember, he has a great team behind him, a strategic team. Yomi is a smart man. People but Yomi's a smart man. He got him here with no promoter. He got them to those levels. He got Kevin Gonzalez to the title eliminator. He got Manny Rodriguez to become a two-time world champion. He became Subrel to become that fighter. So I mean, he did it with no promoter before anybody knew him, before anybody knew it. So I see Subrel Matias as still the boogeyman who had a bad night.
So the contract that was sent to you was full time or no time?
No, no, no. No. I haven't spoke to anything about. I mean, I'm talking about a previous fighter that was he wanted me to be there full time. No, I'm talking about previous. No, but Subriel, we haven't spoken anything about it. He just told me, Jefe, you know, Puerto Rico or this, but he had told me this. Mills, he told me this before the loss, before it makes it seem, oh, he lost, he's ungrateful. He's not ungrateful, man. So Brow's been me and him were mutual. People say, oh, Panda helped him. He helped me. We're here because of each other. We've worked together. You know what I'm saying? But we haven't spoke. Oh, is I want him full time? It's something I said I had to sit down with now his management team, his promoter, and see if they're willing maybe to do maybe okay, Panda come out here 12 weeks or come out here 8 weeks of camp, things like that. So I mean, it's something. There's always something there, man.
How long have you been working with Subir?
3 years.
And then before that, it's been the Mitman.
Well, no, with Subriel? No, I worked with him only 3 years. No, I never did nothing else before him with him.
No, but who was before him?
In his who was his trainer? A man named Freddie Trinidad.
Oh, okay, okay. Do you feel like he'll be going back to him?
I don't think so. I think I think a lot of trainers get hurt when people leave, like what I said, they're not built like me, man. I'm just built different. My dad taught me, you ain't the shit, boy. You ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gain nothing. Just keep your ass at a level, even though the ground has, there's you got to stay humble, man. Some trainers, I know he was pretty hurt when Subriel, decided to make the movement. Um, I know Subriel really loves Nelson. Um, Adams, who's Ojo Santiago's trainer, and he was Subriel's amateur or part of amateur trainer too, and he's from Fajardo. So And Nelson is a great trainer, young guy, hungry, is willing to do camps, is willing to do, what. So the whole focus, I think, maybe it's not Trinidad, is because I know that Orengo wants camp, and he wants, what he's planning to Subrel. I know that because that's what they asked. Well, that's what Pedro told me. They're gonna rent a home. These guys need to be there from Friday to from Monday to Saturday. Saturday after track and field, he can go home and see his children, and then come back Monday morning or Sunday night, something like that. So you have to
So,
have somebody that's willing to do that. You have to have a coach that's willing to do what I do. Leave my family and be here, and hope that everything works out. People, man, people. That's what I'm telling you. People don't know. I leave my family, man. I leave my family a year, 4 months. Yeah, the only thing different between me and Subrel is that I get to go home maybe a weekend or so. And even though he has the money to do it, it's just a long trip to Puerto Rico. It's not the same for me to fly 2 hours, than a whole day flight.
right, right. Because he said that he went to Mexico to train with you guys because of the distractions, and even fighting at home. In the post press conference, he mentioned that fighting in Puerto Rico, he didn't like it because of the distractions. What all of a sudden, how what sparked the interest of changing it all that?
He didn't. I don't know. Like I said, he loves his children, man. Maybe being there, hugging his children, being able to sleep with his children, being able to go to Orlando and taking the time off, just be with his daughters. Maybe he just said, "Shit, you know, I'm losing a lot." Or maybe it's not the same, Mills. Coming to Mexico when your baby is newborn, and then you go home and she's talking and she don't know your name. you know, Certain things, man. You seen his daughter. I mean, she's just beautiful, man. He would tell her, "Mommy, who's the champion? I'm the champ. What a champion is this?" She did the whole walk and the things, and that has to break his heart. You know what I'm saying? It gets me, and they're not my kids, but it gets me. And all I have to say is to his kids and his wife, thank you for loaning them to me. Thank you, because he told me a lot of times, Mills, man, I just want. It's not Mexico. It's just not Mexico. It's just my kids. And I'll tell him, Nelo, we're here already. Nelo, okay, let's work. We're here. We can't. But and I will tell him, I understand you, and things like that. And so maybe that I can't tell you what changed his mind, but what people are saying. Oh, they broke up. They're not. And we ain't engaged. We ain't. I mean, we ain't married. We're good friends. Who happen to work together.
Mm-hmm. Right. Now, obviously you have William Cepeda at 135. He probably will be moving up. How would it be matching up against Subian with
Just like I
William?
told the reporter that was before you told me the same thing. I don't know how if you can translate this in Spanish. I don't know how to say it in English.
I'll
But
try.
esa es una paja mental. That's a mental. That's not gonna happen, man. William's fine at 135. We're still at 135. William makes 134, 133 at weigh-ins. That's not something that's gonna happen. But like I told the other guy, if it were ever to happen, and whoever's corner I'm in, we need to win. You know what I'm saying? But that's not something that people. That other guy told me the same question. He had a smirk on his face and everything too, like you. But man, at the end of the
My
day,
shit's natural though. My shit's natural. I'm sorry.
the first person who called me Saturday last week, first person, man, was Subrel Matias. Coach, you tell Cameron, don't look for the knockout. Just throw a shitload of punches, and that's what he does, and he called Cameron, and Cameron, and we had already knew about this a week and a half prior, that we had already not working together, but it was his first. He was the first one to call me.
Do you feel like just the relationship and the bond that you had with Subir that you guys would possibly be meeting later on down the line?
Well, that's what he wanted. When we were talking, I said, Subrel, you got the green light, coach. I don't want to shut a door, coach. I don't want to shut a door. You're never gonna shut a door, man. I eat with very few people, Mills. I eat with very few people. My table's round, so I don't have to eat with so many. But he's one of the guys that's always gonna eat at my table. He put money on my table, man. He put food on my table. He put food in my tummy. You know what I'm saying? Thanks to him, I have things, man. Thanks to him, a lot of kids fight because The money I make from Subriel and I make from William, I have a small little promotion company. I'm taking 8 guys to Costa Rica to do a show in Costa Rica. We're paying 23 flights. So how can I be ungrateful to him, or how can I say, oh, man, I can't have any bitterness in my heart, man. Besides the fact that God always gives me peace, I can't have any bitterness for a guy like that, man. And I know that Subriel knows that if he feels it's not working, he knows he can come back, and he knows. And even if it's with Nelson or whoever, you know what I'm saying? Nelson's a great dude. He's a great guy, great guy. If that's who Subriel, that's who I think. I'm not saying that, but if that's who it is, uh, man, you're in for a treat. He's a great guy as well, man. And I hope the same love they gave me, they give to him.
Where's Nelson from?
He's from Suria's hometown. He was Suria's an amateur coach at a point.
Oh
But
wow.
he trains Ojo Santiago, who did an outstanding, probably the best fight that night in on the card. So Nelson knows what he's doing and things, and I think that's where maybe that's just my thought, Subriel. If we don't, if I don't do the whole thing out there, and even if I were to go, I think Nelson would probably be on the team.
Right. Right. So, how busy are you now, Panda? I mean, you have a whole bunch of fighters as well. We see your gym; it's huge.
Bro, I've always told you this, Mill, man. I'm blessed and highly favored, man. You know, I'm blessed and highly favored. I got work every single, and if I don't got no work, I'll make work. I don't know where it's at, but I'll make. I was supposed to leave to Japan this week. After the Yokasta fight. We have Yokasta fighting next week, next Saturday, and I was supposed to fly from Costa Rica to Japan, and man, I got Kevin Gonzalez returning, Javier Cintrone. I got Diego Torres is here. So, man, back to work.
Yeah, I met some of those guys. Good guys, man. So you said tomorrow's this weekend's fight. What do you think about it?
Of what weekend? The one that's coming up?
Yeah,
What's Costa?
yeah,
I tell you one thing, man. I've never worked with women before. I was scared. Um, I was first of all, I was like, how do you get sparring partners? And like I said, Mills, if I ain't got no work, I'll make it work. You know, man, it's probably the easiest thing. I was getting calls. Hey, you have your casa there? Can I take my fighter to go spar her? So the sparring partners we hired were like, they probably sparred like 3 times. We just had a bunch. Like yesterday, man. Yesterday's sparring, Yocasta showed me she's just a soldier, man. She listens, she learns, and she's hungry and she trains. Because I told her, I remember, she would come to the corner and I wouldn't know how to put her hair back and things like that. And she'd, oh, just treat me like a regular fighter, coach. Just treat me like a regular fighter. So it helped out a lot that she has that attitude. She works hard, and I think she'll become champion again.
that's awesome. Yeah, she's a good fighter. Now, when you look at that, have you watched the fight with Liam Paro and Matias on TV?
Yeah, I've watched it. I mean, it's a loss that hurt me, man. It's a loss that really hurt me. And I know Subriel. He's a man. He's on here and he's taking all the blame. And I don't know. I'm macho. I take the blame. No shit. We're a team. I was a team with him before we lost. When we won, I was a team. Okay, allowing people to interview me, allowing me. That's part of my loss too. That's part of my loss. That's mine. My team and him. We lost that night. You know what I'm saying? My entire team. I'm talking about from the doctor, the strength and conditioning coach, the mitt guy, coach, me. We lost that night. We lost that night, and people, oh no, he lost because he didn't. We lost. Whatever reason it was, we lost. Now I have to come back and say, what do I need to fix? He needs to go back and say, what do I need to fix? But hey, I lost that day.
Did you feel by any means that you know Paro did a lot of clinching to win the fight?
Yeah, we seen that, but hey, it worked. It worked. He got the victory. He got the victory. There was 3 judges, and all 3 judges seen the same thing. So it worked for him. Whatever it was, it worked for him, and whatever we did, it didn't work.
Yeah, I know. I seen the 7-5 Paro, as well. But in the same time, right? When you what about like you see the judge? and I don't want to make no excuses, but like, do you feel like that's A side judging?
I mean, I can't say that, man, because we were in Puerto Rico. I mean, the stage was set for Subriel Matias. I mean, I would be making excuses, man. And if Subriel ain't making excuses, I ain't making no excuses. We lost. I think we lost fair and square.
Mm,
Now you ask me I mean, probably don't make any sense or mean anything, but you ask me what would happen in a rematch. I guarantee you, it's not going 5 rounds.
mm. Gotta approach it completely different, right?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Now another thing you asked me, my personal thought, if that fight would have been out of Puerto Rico, that fight wouldn't have went 5 rounds. That's just my personal opinion.
¿Por qué? Why?
Just man, you have a lot of pressure. There's pressure. You got to please everybody around you. You got to please everybody around you, man. Whether you know what it is, you got to please everybody around you, and whether you say, "Oh, it's no pressure or pressure," it's pressure. I get pressure when I have my family, man, sitting in front of me watching fights. When I fly my family out, um, I'm pressured.
Right. No, I hear you. I hear you on that. So, doubling out, what you think about this weekend's fights also with Jerome Tennis and David Avanesian?
Man, to be honest with you, I haven't even I don't even know who's fighting this weekend. I just seen somebody story about Boots. They were at Boots or doing a media workout, or I don't know what they were doing. So, but I didn't know he was fighting. And no disrespect, I just didn't. It was not. I've been busy, so
No, no problem, no problem. Um, anything coming up on your stable that you would like to let anybody know?
number 5 in the world. Again, um, again, he's part of Subriel's team. The strategic team. I manage him and I train him. But he's promoted through Fresh Productions.
Are you
So
close to the team regardless?
yeah, I mean, I still got Javier Cintrón. I still got Chacal Gonzalez. I still, man, me and Pedro we talk every day. We laugh. Um, Me and Yomi, I got nothing but respect for that man. He sent me Subriel Matias. He sent me his fighters. He could have sent them to anybody else. There's a Freddie Roach out there, man. There's a Robert Garcia out there. There's a Buddy McGirt out there. I guarantee you. There's a Manny Robles. I guarantee you. They had a fighter that was 20-0, 20 knockouts. They'd say, "Come on," you know. And here, old little chubby guy from Sinaloa, Mexico, man, who is that? Okay, and then so that's why people, yeah, Subriel got a big fan base and all of that now, but so do I. So I'm close to him. I still go to Puerto Rico tomorrow and hang out at Miami bar with Orengo and everybody, and chop it up.
Right, right, right. I love it. Um, what do you think? As far as Shakur and Tank is concerned, what do you think about that fight?
First, I still think it's Lomachenko and Tank. So that I think that fight's gonna be made. It's just the most
Before,
realistic fight.
right? Do you feel like the the Tank and Shakur will be a mega fight?
Absolutely, but I think who makes it a mega fight is Tank. But absolutely it's going to be a huge fight. I think it's bigger than Ryan Garcia Tank.
Mm,
That was
yeah.
huge. I was
No, yeah, for sure. Do, where do you think Shakur would go? What network? Where do you think he would go?
I mean, well, PBC ain't doing nothing. You know, it's either the Zone or ESPN. I mean, so I think the Zone.
Right. Do you think considering that he's had experience sparring Liam Paro, do you think he'll go up to 140 to take his belt?
Yeah, I mean, be honest with you, I think anybody at the 140 will take Leon Paro's belt. It just happened. Hey, shit, we lost. It was just not our night. But
I see it.
do I think that Teofimo can beat Leon Paro? Yeah. Do I think that Tank can beat Leon Paro or Pitbull can beat Leon Paro? Yeah. I mean, it's just. Do I think Subriel can beat Leon Paro? Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's just it just didn't work that night, man. It was written, hey, tonight it's not your night, man. You ain't winning. You're going home sad on a plane. You're not even first class gonna make you happy. Not even the peanuts. Not even the sparkling water. It is what it is, man.
Yeah, when I went to the airport, I seen Eddie. Did a quick little interview with Eddie. I seen Liam Paro, and he's like, he goes. I'm like, okay.
I,
I'm like,
I
okay.
don't drink. I don't drink Mills. I don't drink. But right after after he came back, he was coming back from the hospital. He had 2 cases of Heineken's, and he comes and he gives me a hug and hey, you wanna man? I'll drink one with you, man. You're the new champion of the world, man. Enjoy your victory, and I told him, don't worry about what people say. Don't hear. Enjoy it. You came here, you won. Enjoy it. And he was like, man, thank you. His father, they're just good people, man. They were just good people, and hey, I'm saying he was the better man that night.
You think there'll ever be a rematch?
Shit, if he's smart, he won't take it. But if I'm sure. Ya llámale, señora, si quiere, no hay problema. And no, I mean that's what Subriel wants. So I know that Yomi's gonna work for that.
It seems to me Subir won't care if it's for the title or not. He would just want it just to get the rematch, just to
Same
get
thing
him.
he did with Hernanian. The same thing what he did with Hernanian. Yeah, he took. I think Subriel took like a $50,000 pay cut, risking that he had already fought for the title eliminator. He was like, it's just my pride. My pride wants to go and win, and he did it. So I mean, I don't think Subriel, I don't think Subriel will mind. He just wants to win. He just wants to prove to the world that they're not better than him. But hey, that night the guy was better. So that's what it is, and we have to take it like take it on the chin, come and work out. I have to see what I did wrong. He has to see what he did wrong, and I not only that's what I told my team. We need to sit down and see what we did wrong because y'all were happy when he was winning, but now it's not the strength and conditioning coach's fault no more. It's not the MIP guy. It's not the guy that takes him on the run. No, we're a team. So we need to sit down and say, hey, where did we fail? And that we know we'll see where it goes from there.
Bam Rodriguez defeats Estrada, and where do you think his ceiling lies? Like, how good do you think this kid
Bam,
is?
Bam, Bam is just it's impossible to say his name and not put him on the pound for pound list. He's just a bad little dude, man. He's been a bad little dude ever since he was a little dude. You know,
In fact,
he's just bad, bro. He's bad. He beat one of my best friends in the sport, a legend in Mexico. You know, man. If anyone knows Juan, it's me. I know Juan Francisco like me. Now you think I know uh Subriel, man? I know Juan like nobody else. We've been in camps for months. Just chopping. And everything, and it broke my heart. But I know that Bam is just a beast, man.
he definitely is. Um, Coach Panda, I want to appreciate you for tapping in as well today. Shout out your social media, where people can find you, and any last minute words. The floor is yours.
Just thank everybody. Thank everybody for man those who write all these positive things I'm reading on here. You know, Man, thank you. And I want to thank the island of Puerto Rico. I want to thank them for giving me that love, that that respect that they gave me. Man, I've been to Puerto Rico maybe over 20 times. But this time, man, it was awesome. Even to be at the airport, even after defeat, man, I'm just, my head is tucked in here like a little baby, and just, hey man, hey Panda, can I get a picture with you? Panda, can people pay my breakfast? Things like that, man. I'm super grateful. I'm grateful to them. I'm grateful to the ground. I'm grateful to Fresh. I'm grateful to everybody, man. And thank you guys. Thank you. And you can always Panda Boxing Management and Instagram, and that's all I use, man. Everything else. My Facebook is my family. That's what I have with my family on there. And just thank you guys, man. And don't stop supporting Subrao. He's still the boogeyman. He's still that guy. You know, he's still that guy, man. Most of our heroes, our legend in the sports, they've lost, man. My legend Julio Cesar Chavez lost. You know, um, they lost, man. My legend Tito Trinidad lost. You know, let's give the guy a break, man. And I want you to know, and all Puerto Rican people know, that I love you guys, and me and Subrel we're the greatest of friends. And this is not like that type of thing. I'm grateful to you guys. Thank you for allowing me to bring happiness to the island, and not only that, bringing two world champions to them. So I'm grateful, and I thank you guys. And you guys have a good night. And I, I'm always here. I'm always gonna say what I feel, man. I don't even know what to say, but I'm thankful to all you guys in Puerto Rico. Thank you, muchas gracias Puerto Rico por la oportunidad que me han brindado, por haberme prestado a su campeón, por haberme dado la oportunidad, el privilegio de coronar campeón mundial y traer alegría a la isla de Puerto Rico. De parte de todos sus amigos en México y de un servidor, le damos gracias. Que Dios los bendiga siempre.
Panda, thank you for working with Super Matias and getting that title, and we had a beautiful time in Puerto Rico. And I can't wait. Like I said, I'm gonna continue into cover everything that you guys are doing as well, and we'll be seeing you to the next one.
Thank you, boss. We'll see you later. Good night. Dinner
Yes, bro.
time.
Bendiciones. Suave.
Gracias.
Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. It's your boy Mills from Millcity Boxing, home of that high level pro boxing media. Salute to Panda. Salute to everybody on the live that tapped in as well. Uh, there it is. You heard it from Panda. Um, the split. It was a healthy split. You feel me? And I feel like that's important. Um, do I wish that he could do like a 12-week camp and come by and also have Nelson? Would be cool. All up to the teams. Um, and yeah, man, it was healthy. So sad day, but at the end of the day, if everybody's happy and everyone's getting better, but it is a little sad day, you know, for everyone that has supported Matias and Panda together. But I feel like they'll meet again, you know. So salute to everybody that has supported Subir Matias. Um, I believe that he will be back and he will be entertaining, and that's what we want. We want entertaining fights and fighters that really throw down. So nevertheless, I appreciate each and every single one of y'all for tapping in for this live. It was a beauty, but I'm thinking I'm about to hit this Chili's right here. Hold on. Yeah, I think I'm about to mess that up real quick because I gotta wait for wifey, right, to get out of work. So I was thinking, yeah, might hit that thing up a little, but you know what I mean. Salute to everybody. Appreciate y'all. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the live. Smash the like button if you like content like this. God bless, and on to the next.